Hi, I'm Deb, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Yoga Bites with Deb. Today we have a quick little practice that's probably best suited for the middle of your day or towards the end when your body is already warmed up, because we kind of just get right into it. I'm not using any props today, but you might want to use a couple blocks, so feel free to grab them. And I hope you'll join me in child's pose. Come into child's pose, toes together, knees wide apart. Sink your hips back. Feel free to cushion a rolled up towel behind your knees if that would help you be more comfortable. You could stack your fists, rest your forehead on your fists, or you could lower your forehead to the mat. And let's just pause and connect with our breath. Slow, deep breaths, perhaps feeling your belly expand into the place between your legs, maybe even expanding onto your thighs. And then also feel that breath expand into the back side of your body. We're going to make our way up onto our hands and knees, spreading our fingers wide, pressing into the finger pads and the knuckles. Exhale to push the ground away to your cat. Inhale, head and tailbone up, belly soft to your cow. So as you draw that belly into your cat, really engage the core, and then allow the belly to soften on the cow. Move your spine. Notice how your back feels. Coming to a nice flat back, belly's in. I'm going to extend my left leg off the mat and plant the foot down. So it's in line with my right knee. And then I'm just going to sink my hips back a bit. Feel that stretch through the inner thigh, along the leg. Draw that belly in for support. And just breathe. Maybe you want to come forward and then press back. Forward and back. And then we're going to come forward, plant that right hand down, belly's in. We're going to extend the left arm up for a twist. So keep your hips level. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to thread the needle, thread that arm through. Inhale, extend up, open up. Exhale, thread it through. One more time as we lift up. And then we're going to thread through and see if it's comfortable to rest your left shoulder onto the mat. Rest your head, side of the head onto the mat. And then I'm going to walk my right fingertips forward just to press them into the mat and try and draw my right shoulder up a little bit. If this doesn't feel safe for your body, you're just going to keep your hands, both hands on the mat, and press those hips back. Okay, pressing your right palm down. Lift your left arm back up. Drawing that belly in, we're going to lift the leg up, bring it back. Bring your knee forward and step your foot to the outside of your hand to come into a lizard lunge here. So sink your hips down. And as long as your toes and knees are going in the same direction, that's fine. I'm not using any props today, but you're welcome to maybe grab some blocks here. Maybe you need the blocks to raise the ground up. Maybe you want to put your forearms onto the blocks. I might just lower my forearms to the mat here and just breathe. Just open up. Slowly sink from side to side. But your body might not be warm enough for that, so keeping your hands on the mat, staying a little bit more upright. And maybe we want to flex the toes and just roll onto the baby toe side a few times. Just kind of wing out the hip, warming it up. Warming it up. And then you might want to stay here, or we can start to straighten that front leg. Flex the toes up, so walk your hands back. Here might be a good place to use some blocks. So we could come forward. So it's the half split, but our leg is a little bit wider here. So it'll feel just a little bit different. And then we can come forward, and if we like, we're going to heel toe our foot over towards our right hand, and then we're going to flex those toes and roll onto the baby toe side, so lower your knee down, your shin down, ready for our pigeon here. Sliding that right leg back. Now, if pigeon isn't your posture, you're going to lean on that left hip, and you're going to draw this right knee in line with your hip. So we have this 90-90, and then you can turn and place your hands or lower your forearms down. Otherwise, we're here in the pigeon, we don't want to lean onto that left hip. We want to draw the right hip bone down. And again, if you're not warm enough, you might need to stay upright, or maybe you can come down. Breathing, softening. And then we want to walk ourselves up, curl the back toe under, wherever you are, make your way back to your hands and knees. Other side, extending that right leg out now, plant the foot down, and we're just going to lean back. Feel a nice stretch, and then maybe come forward and lean back. Come forward and lean back. And then we come forward, plant that left hand down, raise the right arm up for a little twist. Inhale, exhale, thread the arm through. Inhale as we come up, exhale to thread through. One more time to come up. And then we're going to thread through, rest your shoulder, your side of the head down. Maybe press the left palm into the mat and try and draw your shoulder up just a little bit as we breathe here. And then plant that left hand down, raise the right arm up, belly's in, swing that leg behind you, draw the belly in as you bring the knee forward and the foot to the outside of your right hand. And then you decide on this side. Maybe you want to be up onto your hands the whole time. Maybe you want to lower to your forearms with or without blocks. And again, if you're not warm enough, don't rush it. Stay on your hands. Flex the toes, wing out to the baby toe side, and then plant the foot down. So open, just loosening up the hip. And then start to walk your hands back, straighten the front leg, maybe flex the toes up, and then come forward. Swing back and forth. And back and forward, and maybe heel toe your feet over, foot over, flex the toes, lay onto your baby toe side, shin comes down. And again, if pigeon isn't right for you, slide that left knee forward in line with your hip. So you're leaning onto your right hip, and then you could fold forward if you like. Otherwise, we're up, drawing that left hip down. And again, we could just stay upright, or if you're warm enough to come down to your forearms, go ahead. Just try not to lean onto that right hip. There should be no pain in your knee. And then draw that belly in. We're going to come out of the posture anyway, meeting on hands and knees. Curl the toes under, bellies in, knees up. Push back and come into downward facing dog. And we just want to pedal out our dog, bend one knee, straighten the other. Maybe push your hips from side to side. Stretch out those legs. Come to stillness. Maybe both knees are bent or straight, bellies in, hug the elbows in, lining up your ears with your arms. Remembering the pose is about that lengthened spine, not about the legs being straight. They could be bent. And then we're all going to come down onto our knees and come back to our child's pose. Connect with your breath. And that is our yoga bite for today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Have a great day.